Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm your host, Adam Samuel. Today, we're talking not one, not two, not three, but 4 episodes of American Idol. God help us. At least those of us who sat through. I think that's 8 hours of television. Let's not talk about it. But joining me today is Grace. How you doing today, Grace?
I did not sit through 8 hours of television because I only watched the 7 people who survived this week, their performances from this week.
And Eric, of those 8 hours, how many would you say you've watched?
I'd say about 30 minutes at most.
It's so funny how you could strip the show down to like just 2-minute performances for each contestant per night.
If I'm a minute into a contestant and I'm not getting anything from it, I just move on. Isn't it wonderful?
It's the digital age, y'all. It's the digital age. But yeah, we are here with our top 7. Who would have thunk it? It feels like only yesterday we announced the top 24. Oh wait, it was almost basically yesterday. It was only like 2 weeks ago. And here we are. The show stinks with its cuts. It's awful. Grace, what did you think of these things that we watched? There was TV and we watched it. Some of it.
Some of it. I was very excited about the women in music theme, just on a personal note. I agree with Carrie about the judges song contest. It's stupid. And I will never think it's not stupid until they stop doing it.
It's them trying to do some kind of like The Voice type deal where it's like you divide the contestants. Anyway, Eric, did you have a favorite of these 4 episodes, of these 4 themes?
Not really. Honestly, the themes are so loose now that I don't really think they matter too much, so...
This is what happens when you complain that the themes are too restricted. Then we get themes are too loose and we still complain about it.
Well, I'm not complaining about it. I actually prefer loose themes.
Well, I'm going to complain about next week, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, we will get to it at the end.
Well, when we connected and we talked last, we had a top 14. We've now cut that contestant list in half to our top 7. Do we want to take a moment to kind of eulogize some of our lost souls this week, or
the only one I want to eulogize for even half a second is Che, because his last performance last week was second last performance last week was the best he sounded all season. I'm happy he made the top 12 at least. Sad about that, but said he didn't make it forever, but not surprised in the least. Josh King, I do want to also point out that I think he made it further than any other wild card since ABC era Idol began.
good for him. Good for him, I guess. That's your title for the episode. Grace, what did you think? Is there any contestant that was cut that was robbed? Or do you think we ended up with the correct top 7?
The only contestant, I lost Philo last week, which I was sad about, and also ironic that he's saying, and I'm telling you, he told us he wasn't going.
He jinxed it.
He lied.
Yeah, and then I lost Kanan. I didn't watch his performance, but I did hear that it was horrible, so probably justifiable, but hey. And I almost lost Mattie, but
Yeah, so for me, the biggest surprise is Philo. Didn't think he was going to win, but I thought he would make it at least 1 or 2 more episodes. But yeah, otherwise Colby, I feel like was kind of it was her time. Kanan, I feel he was pretty popular. I was like, he was doing numbers in terms of views compared to other contestants. He was like one of maybe like the top 3 for a bit.
that's the Jesus crowd watching the show. They just don't vote.
So let me ask you guys this question. Where, in your opinion, did Kanan go wrong?
I mean, the big thing for me is, even though he's a great singer, he is in no way commercial. And again, I did not watch his performance of Love Wins, but I did hear that it was pretty bad. And also, we didn't mention this, but with Colby and Kanan going on top 10 night, all the platinum tickets are gone now. I think this is the earliest we've lost all 3, but don't quote me on that.
It is.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of our eulogy for the fallen Idol contestants. Looking ahead, we have our top 7. How are we going to be doing our breakdown of these seven folks, Eric?
So we're going by draft team because I want to build up to the fact that I still have 3 contestants left, and I will still have 3 contestants left next week, probably. We'll find out.
My team is in shambles.
Both of your teams are in shambles. Let's move on.
I think Eric is going to have like the full top 3 this year.
I think there's a damn good chance of that happening, which would be very, very funny, considering that Gabby, John, and Jamal were my third, fourth, and fifth draft choices. They weren't even my first and second.
Didn't you like lose your first contestant like in the top 20 to top 24, top 24 to top 20 cut?
I don't know, Adam. Let's move on.
All right, so we will go in order of the of our teams, and kicking it off, we have Slater. I'll kind of talk about his run to start off these 2 weeks. Bit of a fall from grace, in my opinion. I thought this guy was a ringer, and I don't think so anymore. I could see him going out, if not next week, the week after.
The week after the finale. So
The show after, like, you know what I mean.
he is definitely not making the top 3 at this point, I don't think. He hasn't had a breakout moment, which is the problem, and he's near the bottom on all the view counts on Facebook, YouTube, etc. I think, to be fair to Grace, to be completely fair to Grace, he was a perfectly logical first draft choice, knowing what we knew before top 24 week. So I don't think it was a mistake to pick him, but he's toast.
Okay, so he had Your Song, Angel from Montgomery, Whoever's in New England by Reba, and Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen. I do agree. Last week was not a great week for him. He picked 2 really boring songs and did very predictable things with them. Atlantic City, which was his Monday night performance, I actually thought was the best performance he's given in quite a while. I think his biggest problem is that at some point, if it hasn't already, it's going to come down between him and John. And I think at this point, John is edging him out.
Not edging him out, destroying him in views. John's probably going to win this for show, unfortunately. Which I'm not happy, but
what a bummer. Well, I wasn't rooting for him, so I guess not really much of a bummer, but you know what I mean. So that's Slater. So my prediction is top 5.
I think it makes top 5, but I don't think it makes top 3.
Mattie, who barely survived this week, which means she's definitely going home on Sunday. Last week, she was 2 for 2 in bad song choices. Piece of My Heart has been done 1,000 times, and she did not bring any sort of edge to it that James Taylor was looking for. Because of You, first of all, that song is hard to sing. I mean, you should have heard me at 11 years old trying to rip that thing up. It was bad.
Hard song to sing, and it's honestly not. I love Kelly. It's not my favorite song of hers ever.
The thing with this song is it's just very raw.
Because she wrote it when she was 16, so not surprising.
Right. And I didn't get any of that. And then this week was better, but not by much. I mean, The House That Built Me was probably a good song choice in theory for...
On paper, it was a good song choice.
Yeah, it was a good song choice just because, like, it's a simple song that doesn't really go anywhere, and which is a good thing because she clearly is just not ready for this jelly. And then her judges song contest pick was Always Been You. I don't even know this song. The fact that she started off really popular and now she's proving that 16 is probably too young for this show. She's going home on Sunday night and I'm not happy about it. It's just going to be me and Slater till the end.
It's not going to be you and Slater till the end. It'll be you and Slater till the end of Monday. Let's move on to Team Adam and the one person who I have any worries about potentially denying one of my contestants the spot on the finale.
Breanna. Yeah, I think she's my best hope. I would say I don't think she'll win, but I don't think it's non-zero. I think there's like a universe where she could win, but it's that window is very quickly shrinking.
It would take a killer moment from her to even sneak into the top 3. But it's possible. It could happen. Her performances have been fine, but not stellar. I will say picking a song by the guy who sang Dream On and sounded like he was murdering a cat did her no favors in my book.
Doing Independence Day for me was the cardinal sin for her because, like, Carrie's performance of that is still iconic to this day. Water Under the Bridge was also decent. Yeah, she's moving up on my list. I mean, there's only 3 girls left and none of them are gonna win. So there's that, but she might be my favorite one.
Can I just say these song choices are also terrible? The other options.
Oh yeah, I mean, what the hell was Lionel Richie thinking with Dangerous Woman?
For Breanna?
Yeah. Well, no, Carrie's pick was a song that I've never heard. It's called The Blessing. It's a worship song. And then Lionel's pick was Dangerous Woman. Lionel, you're dumb.
I would laugh,
so
but because
great.
you think that Carrie Underwood and Lionel and they actually picked those songs for these people.
I don't care who did it. Whoever put that on the screen for Breanna is trolling, and it's so great.
Thunderstorm. I think that's Grace's opinion. Eric, what's your opinion on Thunderstorm? These 4 episodes.
Going into the top 14, he was my favorite. Last week, where he had 2 okay performances. This week, I thought he had his 2 best performances so far on Idol, at least. I thought When We Were Young and Faithfully were both great, honestly. Having said that, he has not taken off at all in the U's, and so I think he is a goner either on Sunday or Monday.
He does the same thing every week, and it's getting boring. And we've seen it happen a bunch of times. When We Were Young, the only different thing he did this week on that was play piano. And I was very bored. Faithfully, I actually wasn't as bored by, although when Lionel Richie said that he knew Steve Perry, I'm like, Randy Jackson, get the hell out of here. We don't need that here. But also his other picks were, okay, Northern Attitude, I don't know that song, and then Let It Be also would have put me to sleep. So he probably did the right thing.
Oh, Faithfully was 100% the right choice.
Yeah, what a disappointment for me for Thunderstorm. I'm just bored every time he performs. I wish like what he had done is like study the run of Chris Allen. Like I'm waiting for like a Heartless moment or something from this guy, and I feel like it's not happening. It feels like he's playing it safe.
You think maybe he's getting too comfy?
Well, unless you're a country singer, you can't play it safe on this show. So I really like this guy, and I'm disappointed, but I hope he can squeak through a few more weeks. But I don't see him surviving either of these 2 episodes. Either he goes out first or he's out the second. But yeah, what a bummer.
Let's talk about Gabby, shall we?
Let's put this in a different light. Let's talk about Team Eric, which oh my god, talk about stacked.
Let's just get started with Gabby. If it were up to me, Gabby would win American Idol this year.
It's not going to happen.
I know she won't. Jamal and John are destroying her in the use and engagement. But at the very least, I really, really want Gabby in the top 3 so that I can finally attend a hometown visit for an Idol contestant. Because Baltimore is about 45 minutes away from me, and I could easily make that trip, and I would love to make that trip for Gabby.
We're not going to have an all-guy top 3.
I think John and Jamal are locked for the top 3. And I think the third spot goes to Gabby or Breanna.
Gabby, Saving All My Love for You was good, but very paint by numbers. Of course, most Whitney Houston performances on these shows are. But at least it wasn't a certain song about having nothing that I was fearing that was coming for her. Maybe we'll never hear that song again. That'd be wishful thinking. A Song for You, same thing. I Was Here was my favorite performance of her so far. She actually put some emotion into it for the first time. And then Hero, I did not like that performance. I mean, again, she had the worst song choices. She had Hero, The Power of Love, and Girl on Fire. Bad, bad, and very bad.
I think I would recommend Girl on Fire.
That's what I.
Girl on Fire is not a song that you sing, it's a song that you yell.
Gabby is an incredible vocalist and the best one left on the show this year. And she has picked some of the worst song choices for herself imaginable. But she's nailed basically all of them. As with Dalton Harris on X Factor, I don't care if she's picking the worst songs possible. If she's doing so well with them, I don't really care.
But yeah, I honestly just Hero, something was just really off with her.
Eh. She's allowed one slightly off performance as long as she doesn't have another one.
Right, but also I don't think I've come to the conclusion that other than Mariah Carey, nobody can sing that song well.
Who do we have next?
We have John Foster.
Let's get
Winner, winner.
to talk about.
Boring winner.
Let me just say, I think he's unbelievably mediocre and probably the season's winner. That's all I have to say about him. Honestly, I have no thoughts. I thought I watched what was this Sunday night performance? The something to talk about performance.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched a minute of that. I'm like, and I fast forward to the end, make sure I'm like, did he do anything? Did he do anything exciting with this whole song? Nope, he didn't. Okay, great.
Not really. Honestly, Slater had a better week this week, so maybe there's still hope for my team. Maybe.
There's not based on reactions and views and engagement versus zero hope for you. I'm sorry.
There's even less hope for me.
To make a finale, Adam, you have much more hope than Grace does.
I'm gonna go buy a blanket this week.
You should probably both invest in blankets, honestly. I will put my crown background on a week early if I have to. If I shut you both out of the finale, I will do it for 2 weeks.
Trust me, I've done it. It feels really good. But anyway, the George Strait song, I was just really bored, but again, I can't really fault him because he probably picked the right song. He got 3 boring country songs that every contestant of his type does.
Let's move on to our final contestant, who, if a guy is going to win this season and it's not going to be Thunderstorm, which is not going to be Thunderstorm, I hope it's Jamal.
I hope so too. My pick to win is Gabby, and if not Gabby, I want Jamal to win.
He forgot some lyrics on Undo It, but what he remember, he sang really well. I believe Sucks as a song, but again, he sang it really well. His performance of Heal was his best of the season, and picking a song that Leah Marlene had a moment with made me smile.
Nothing from ABC Idol is an iconic moment.
I think for a couple smaller scale Idol moments that have happened in the past couple of years, nothing major. And again, if it's between Jamal and John, I hope Jamal wins.
I did not like Undo It. It just seemed like one of those performances where you know you're going to survive the week regardless of what you do, so you just do whatever the hell you want. Or you kiss up to Carrie, one of the two. All right, his other song choices, Lately and Grenade. I probably would have picked Grenade. Sorry to give Lionel Richie any sort of satisfaction, but that probably would have been my pick.
Who's winning this thing? Grace.
I don't care.
Eric.
I'd say 70% chance John, 30% chance Jamal.
I would say 70% chance John, 29% Jamal, 1% Gabby or Breanna.
But let's transition into next week. What's worse than having Disney Night on American Idol? Having 2 of them. This is capitalism, and I will not stand for it.
If Gabby has a true moment, she could sneak her way to second place. Like a true moment.
What Disney song is going to give you that?
There isn't one. That's the problem. That's why.
Reflection? What do you even pick?
I hope some people pick songs that just appeared in Disney movies.
If someone does Little Wonders, I will vote for them with every device I can.
Is that the Meet the Robinson song?
That's the Meet the Robins song.
Well, Adam, this is the best chance you'll ever have for that because there's 2 nights.
I have been championing this song, or just any Meet the Robinsons shout outs.
All is forgiven.
I don't even know what I'll do, but I will do it. I have an idea for a game we should play. Let's predict right now what songs are most likely going to be done next week.
It's going to be the same ones we get every year.
I'm going to go with, let me go. It's going to be Let It Go. It's going to be How Far I Go. It's going to be Kiss the Girl. Life is a Highway. You Got a Friend in Me. You'll Be in My Heart. Go the Distance. Part of Your World. Part of Your World could be a good one for Gabby.
I'm just zoning out right now and going to a happy place.
I think Reflection would be a good choice also for Gabby. Bare Necessities, Color of the Wind, I See the Light.
Bye, everybody. See you all next week.
Almost there. Surface Pressure. Friends on the Other Side, Just Can't Wait to Be King. Cover is Not the Book. Zero to Hero. Whistle While You Work. Friend Like Me. Poor Unfortunate Souls. Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Cruella de Vil. For the first time in